Goals are not ambition. They are permission to delay. Watch the man who announces his goals in public. He speaks with excitement, lists timelines, explains intentions. You feel the pressure in his voice, the anxiety behind the smile. His chest tightens because now he must perform for witnesses. Authority drains the moment he asks to be believed. The room doesn't applaud. It relaxes. Once a goal is declared, power knows the ending. Hope replaces execution. Emotion replaces structure. The collapse begins quietly. This is why Machiavelli never trusted promises of the future. Power respects inevitability, not intention. Here is the warning. The moment you delete your goals, something strange happens. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop leaking plans. People stop predicting you. The pressure leaves your voice. Calm replaces excitement. If you can't handle that loss of validation, leave now. Deleting goals doesn't weaken you. It makes you dangerous. Goals feel productive because they create a future version of you that earns approval. That is the trap. The moment a goal is declared, validation moves outward. You are no longer acting to execute. You are acting to be seen trying. Psychologically, the brain rewards declaration almost as much as completion. Dopamine fires when you announce intention. Relief follows. Urgency drops. Action slows. You feel progress without movement. This is why goal-driven men talk more than they build. Goals also delay responsibility. Everything meaningful is pushed into the future, where failure can be explained instead of confronted. Tomorrow becomes a shield. Motivation becomes currency. When motivation fades, execution stalls, and identity begins to wobble. This creates emotional bargaining. You negotiate effort based on mood, energy, and external feedback. Some days you feel aligned with the goal. Other days you excuse deviation because the goal still exists. Identity becomes fragile because it depends on feeling motivated rather than behaving consistently. Controlled operators work differently. They do not chase future outcomes. They lock present actions. There is no emotional contract with tomorrow. What is scheduled happens. What is unscheduled does not matter. This removes drama from progress and prediction from observers. Goal chasers are reactive. They adjust based on emotion, praise, and pressure. Operators are sovereign. They move by structure, not feeling. One is readable. The other is opaque. Once you see this, the mental shift is immediate. Goals stop looking like ambition and start looking like exposure. Predictability follows declarations. Power avoids predictability. This is why deleting goals feels unsettling at first. You lose the comfort of being understood. But in exchange, you gain something more dangerous. Unpredictable execution. And power always responds differently to what it cannot forecast. That silence becomes leverage once systems replace promises permanently without witnesses. Machiavelli never trusted desire. He trusted structure. This doctrine replaces hope with inevitability and emotion with design. It is the difference between men who announce futures and men who arrive there quietly. Law 1 is simple. Goals create hope. Systems create inevitability. Hope is emotional. It rises and collapses. Inevitability is mechanical. It moves regardless of mood. Players build engines. Pieces dream destinations. When outcomes depend on feelings, power leaks. When outcomes depend on systems, power compounds. The man with a system cannot be negotiated with because nothing inside him is up for debate. Law 2 is scheduling. What is scheduled cannot be negotiated. Negotiation is where weakness enters. Every unscheduled intention invites delay. Every fixed action removes choice. Calm men eliminate decision points. Reactive men face them daily. Structure turns discipline into gravity. You do not decide. You execute. Law 3 removes choice entirely. Choice feels like freedom, but it is exposure. Each decision reopens weakness. Systems close doors permanently. When behavior is pre-selected, temptation loses leverage. Players design environments that force action. Pieces rely on willpower and collapse when pressure arrives. Law 4 is identity over intention. Intention asks how you feel. Identity asks who you are. Identity does not negotiate. It enforces. When execution is tied to identity, behavior becomes automatic. You stop trying to act disciplined and simply behave. That shift terrifies observers because it cannot be influenced emotionally. Law 5 is repetition over ambition. Ambition burns hot and fades. Repetition compounds silently. Ambitious men sprint, then disappear. Disciplined men repeat until results become inevitable. Repetition removes drama from progress. It replaces excitement with certainty. Certainty commands respect without asking. Law 6 is silence. Silence protects execution. The more you explain, the more you expose. Plans spoken publicly become social contracts. Systems kept private remain uncontaminated. Players move quietly. Pieces narrate effort. Silence denies interference, comparison, and sabotage. Notice the contrast. Goal chasers are reactive. Operators are calm. One seeks motivation. The other enforces rhythm. One explains. The other executes. Power always aligns with what does not need to be defended. This doctrine feels cold because it removes emotional reward. That is the point. When reward is delayed, discipline survives. When reward is immediate, execution dies. Once systems replace goals, something shifts internally. Pressure drops. Anxiety fades. You stop performing progress and start producing it. Others cannot track you because there is nothing to announce. That opacity creates leverage. This framework is not about productivity. It is about control. Control over time. Control over self. Control over exposure. When systems govern behavior, power responds differently. Not with applause, but with adjustment. The man without goals cannot be predicted. The man with systems cannot be stopped. Look at career ambition first. Goal-driven you talks about promotions, timelines, future authority. You tell people what you plan to become. Pressure builds in your chest because now results must arrive on schedule. When progress slows, excuses appear. Energy dips. Authority weakens. People hear intention, not momentum. System built you never discusses outcomes. Your calendar decides everything. Same work block. Same preparation. Same execution. No announcement. No urgency. Progress compounds quietly. Others notice output before they notice ambition. Respect forms without conversation. Now fitness. Goal-driven you sets targets, shares numbers, waits for motivation. Miss one day and guilt spreads. Miss two and the goal becomes emotional weight. The body learns inconsistency. Identity fractures. System built you trains on schedule. Whether tired, bored, praised, or ignored. The body adapts because behavior is stable. There is no failure day, only execution day. Discipline stops being effort and becomes default. Now money. Goal-driven you dreams about income milestones. You visualize freedom while spending habits stay flexible. Progress depends on mood and circumstance. Delay feels justified. System built you automate structure. Fixed saving. Fixed investment. Fixed limits. Emotion never enters the process. Money obeys systems, not desire. Over time, results appear without celebration. Across every scenario, notice the split. Old you declares. Sovereign you deletes declarations. Old you seeks motivation. Sovereign you removes choice. One leaks plans. The other leaks nothing. Silence is not humility. It is insulation. When nothing is announced, nothing can be attacked. When nothing is promised, nothing can be questioned. The system protects execution from distraction, comparison, and interference. This is why power shifts when systems replace goals. You stop explaining your future and start living it. Others feel the difference immediately. Questions slow. Expectations change. Pressure moves outward. Once you experience this, speaking about goals feels dangerous. Silence feels safe. Systems keep moving whether anyone believes in you or not. And that is the point. Control replaces hope. Execution replaces ambition. Power responds to what cannot be negotiated. Systems continue operating long after attention fades completely, without witnesses or approval ever. Systems create power when time is long and stakes are cumulative. In long-term competition, leadership paths, and self-mastery, structure outperforms improvisation. These arenas reward consistency that survives boredom and pressure. A system removes emotion from execution, so results compound while others stall. Here, Rigidity is not a flaw. It is reliability. Reliability earns trust, leverage, and quiet authority. Systems fail in chaotic environments that demand rapid adaptation. Crises, early-stage exploration, and volatile contexts punish overstructure. When information shifts hourly, fixed routines become friction. In these moments, flexibility preserves position. Power adapts first, then reasserts structure once volatility settles. Knowing when to loosen is part of control, not a surrender of it. The distinction that matters is disciplined systems versus rigid obsession. Disciplined systems are modular. They adjust inputs without abandoning cadence. Obsession freezes form and worships process. One serves outcomes. The other serves ego. High-status operators protect rhythm while allowing tactics to change. Ethical calibration keeps systems sharp without isolating you. The aim is not to dominate environments that require coordination. It is to remove negotiation where negotiation erodes execution. When systems clarify expectations, teams stabilize and respect grows. When systems suffocate collaboration, resistance forms. This is not morality. It is mechanics. Systems are tools, not identities. Applied with intelligence, they create power by reducing friction with reality. Applied blindly, they create friction with people. The sovereign operator reads terrain, deploys structure selectively, and preserves authority by choosing where inevitability belongs. That judgment separates builders from zealots, keeps influence intact, and ensures systems serve life rather than replace it, maintaining flexibility under uncertainty while sustaining momentum, credibility, and calm dominance across seasons without unnecessary conflict and public trust over time. Hope feels noble, but it is a delay mechanism. The shift begins when you stop living in the future and anchor yourself entirely in the present action. Execution replaces expectation. You no longer wait to feel ready. You move because movement is scheduled, not because reward is promised. Detachment from outcomes is the real upgrade. Applause becomes irrelevant. Results arrive when they arrive. You do not celebrate early or despair late. Emotion is removed from the equation. Calm repetition becomes dominance because it signals something rare. You cannot be influenced by praise or pressure. This is where identity hardens. You stop asking what you want and start enforcing what you do. The system runs whether you feel inspired or empty. Power lines emerge naturally. I do not need hope. I do not need motivation. I execute. Men who rely on hope look forward. Men who execute look inward. One waits for permission from the future. The other governs the present. That difference is felt immediately by others. When you execute without hope, anxiety fades. There is nothing to wish for and nothing to prove. Only the next action. The rhythm protects you from distraction and disappointment alike. That is why control replaces hope, and execution becomes your permanent identity. Systems speak before you do. Predictable behavior that never bends creates gravity around you. When you arrive, work, train, and disengage on schedule, others stop testing limits. Consistency removes negotiation. Negotiation is where hierarchy is contested. The absence of emotional swings is the second signal. You do not surge with excitement or collapse with frustration. Your tone stays level. Your pace stays even. Emotional neutrality tells others you are not driven by approval or pressure. That steadiness is read as control. Time control is hierarchy control. When your schedule governs you, others own access. When you govern your schedule, others adapt. Responses slow. Requests soften. Expectations adjust downward before you say a word. You do not announce boundaries. Time enforces them. This is why behavior around you changes. People stop asking you to bend. They stop expecting exceptions. They sense that systems, not moods, dictate your actions. Systems cannot be argued with. The deeper truth is simple. Respect follows what cannot be moved. When your behavior is fixed and your emotions are quiet, others reorganize themselves around you. Authority forms without confrontation. Systems replace personality. Structure replaces explanation. And silence does the work words never could. Under sustained pressure always. For 7 days, delete every stated goal. No lists of futures. No promises. Only actions. Choose 3 fixed behaviors that happen daily at the same time. They do not move. Training, work, study, solitude. These are non-negotiable. If missed, the system fails, not you. Reset immediately. There is no motivation talk. No announcements. No explaining what you are building. Silence protects execution. Every time the urge to declare appears, redirect it into action. The primary focus is nervous system discipline. Slow breathing. Relaxed shoulders. Even pace. The discomfort you feel is withdrawal from hope. Observe it without obeying it. By day 4, anxiety drops. By day 7, clarity replaces ambition. You stop asking where you are going and start knowing what you do. This protocol is not about improvement. It is about deleting negotiation permanently. This creates control without future dependence. Goals comfort the mind. Systems dominate reality. That is the final distinction. Goals make you feel alive because they promise a future self. Systems make you dangerous because they remove the future from the equation. When action becomes inevitable, excuses lose oxygen. There is a cost. Deleting goals removes social validation. People can no longer cheer your intentions or sympathize with delays. Some distance will appear. Let it. Validation weakens execution. Silence protects it. This is not a call to grind harder. It is a contract with yourself. You agree to stop negotiating with tomorrow. You agree to build structure instead of chasing motivation. You agree to let behavior speak without witnesses. From this point forward, you do not hope. You execute. You do not announce. You move. Remember the line that ends negotiation completely. I do what is scheduled. Everything else is noise. This is power without permission alone.